There we go.
Alright, there we go.
Alright, I got one. I got
Alright.
Afterimage.
After
Where's
Mugetsu
Mugetsu?
just started.
Mugetsu's behind! There you go. Alright, we're good.
Yeah.
And we're off.
So for those who don't know, this game is timed through in-game time, which is the timers at the top of each player's screen. So we won't know generally how far behind someone is ahead unless we actually look at where they are in the game. We can't just tell just based on the time alone. So just bear that in mind, is that at the end of the run we'll actually officially know who wins or not.
Yeah, and to help with this, I'll be updating the times at the top left and right. I'll go ahead and set Afterimages first, because he got a faster spaceship. But yeah, I'll be watching for certain splits, and whoever's in-game timer is lower at those splits, I'll update their lead and the layout at the top, so that we'll be able to know who's ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Welcome to Mafia Town for Afterimage. Grabbing those 5 pawns around the fountain is something that happens in the route because while it normally wouldn't be worth it to waste the extra time to go ahead and get them, it opens up a level that we can buy early, which has a lot of yarn in it. If you saw at the beginning, they both picked up yarn immediately to get the sprint hat, and that's because the sprint hat will basically be the default thing that they're going to be using this entire run. It unlocks all of your movement options and exploits that they'll be abusing later on that I'll be explaining.
Yeah.
And there's
Sprint
4
just
more.
offers like so much movement tech later in the run as well. Like it's by far the fastest thing to get right away.
Even if the yarn in the beginning weren't as fast as they were, we'd probably still get them immediately. But yeah, this level, we do it early even though it takes longer to open it than the other one does, but it has 4 fast yarn in it, and they're going to be getting the next hat, which is a brewing hat, which is the other main hat they're going to be using this run. The only other one you'll be seeing is the ice hat, which is only featured 1 or 2 times, depending on what tricks these runners are going for. There's an extra time that they could use it.
Yeah.
I think
Afterimage just did the ticket dupe there. If you get damaged by a bird and you collect a ticket while you're having the iframes or your hat kid flashing, you can actually pick up 2 tickets at the same time. It's one of the few items that you can actually do it. You can do it with another item, but most items you actually just can't do it for some reason, but tickets is one of them that counts.
Yeah, it works with pretty specific collectibles, and that's the only one in the run that's made useful by that trick, so that's what we do it for.
Yeah, if we could use it on yarn, that would be super useful. Because then you could just duplicate a bunch of stuff, and it probably would be faster to route some other yarn in instead. But unfortunately, yarn just doesn't get duplicated.
You could probably, like... There's like a yarn and golden vault that's under an umbrella. You could probably, like, fall down onto it and take fall damage and grab it. Yeah, that'd be some interesting routing if it existed. Yeah, you'll see one other occasion of the iframes duping, and it's in another level in Mafia Town coming up. This is one of the tricks that I was talking about that Afterimage is going to go for that you haven't seen with anyone else yet.
Oh.
Good to explain those.
Yeah. And they're crafting the brewing hat, by the way, during this cutscene, because otherwise you just have to wait there and not do anything, but you can let the cutscene play in the background while the brewing hat's crafting, so you don't waste any time.
Yeah. And we do that for all 3 of the hats that we make throughout the run on each occasion.
And something to also note is this Mafia guy that they're chasing around, his pawns that he drops is random. It's between 3 and 5 every time. Obviously the best is to get 5 every time, but there's not really too much routing difference they have to do if they get less than desired. Because there's a lot of pawns that are just on the way, or there are some they can just skip, but it is technically random how much you get for that stage in particular.
Yeah, basically pawn collecting through Mafia Town is getting the first 5, and then you need to have 100 by the final act that you go to, which is heating up Mafia Town, which costs 100. So the RNG actually does make a tiny routing difference, but generally all it is a lot of runners have like extra pawns that they're prepared to grab or skip depending on how many they have. So that's the only minor change that you'll see happening. 57 though is a pretty good amount for Afterimage, so he could actually skip some extras.
And actually, the brewing hat's also like very slightly faster during the Barrel Battle boss fight. So it's another reason that we actually do Outer Space early comparatively to Barrel Battle first, because you can save a little bit more time as well by having the brewing hat here.
Yeah, it saves a couple seconds in this level, and saves a lot of seconds in the next level coming up. And I'll explain that as it comes up, but yeah. As you see on Afterimage, he snipes him with the brewing hat as he's walking down to initiate the fight a little bit early. And then you can just combo him with it until he's dead. There you go. He's gonna quit out of this cutscene here real quick. Goes.
Yeah, there's a couple levels that have cutscenes after the timepiece spawns that you can actually pull up the pause menu and quit out of them. There's one level that you can't skip, but there's like most of them you can just skip, like this one right here. You can just pull up the pause menu and just skips it.
Okay, so Mugetsu's going for the snipe as well, it looks like. Oh no, he waits, but he still gets a brewer hit in. This still should be pretty fast.
Yeah, that was still good.
Oh, Afterimage gets the double hit on the Mafia guys.
This level has a lot of cool, like, small little tricks here and there that are used. It's not like anything major gets skipped except for the boss fight, but like on the way to the boss fight, there's just like a lot of cool small movement tech that gets done.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in here, he's gonna jump off the light actually as well. You weren't really supposed to jump off that light, but you can get just enough height off the poker table. You can jump on the light, and then you can just skip doing the really long way around. That's one of the cool, really small movement optimizations that's been like starting to be done.
For so long in that level, we ended up like, I don't know why it took us so long to find that chair and lamp jump. We like spent so much time going other ways that are way more annoying to get up to the bucket from. But Afterimage is going for fight skip now. This hallway he's in has like a short little mini boss fight in it and a cutscene. But if he rides on top of these well and doesn't fall down, he won't touch them, and he can just go straight to the end, and he makes it.
It's just a small little two-part fight, or two Mafia guy fight that happens. So you have to kill two quick Mafia guys. There's a gate that pops up, and you have to wait for it to fall down. So doing that quickly is faster than just fighting them in general. Yeah, you can see by Mugetsu, it's not the easiest jump to get a hold of, but once you get used to it, the movement tech for that's actually really nice.
The number one annoying part about it is that it puts you right in front of two people that are sitting at that poker table, and all the NPCs in that room, or most of them, throw cans at you because they don't like that you're in their base.
Don't get canned, dude.
And it's really dumb. It's like,
by far the worst part is doing the jump up there, someone hitting you with a can mid-jump, so then you just fall. Because if you get hit by a can, you get into a stun animation, and you can't do anything except for fall. And
you drop your bucket too if you're carrying it. Oh, he's going for fight skip as well. Oh, makes it up.
Ooh.
Oh,
so close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close.
He climbed up the wall a little bit lower than he expected, pushed A, ended up wall kicking off of it, and he hit
He's going for it again, actually. Interesting.
I guess he just wants to get it. Okay, so that's Afterimage done with the boss fight.
Yeah.
If you were looking at his screen, all he did was sit in the right corner and hold out his brewing hat, and for whatever reason, whenever the Mafia boss swipes you into him to try to knock you away, you just take his place, and then he just falls out of bounds and dies. And now he's out of there. But yeah, that's actually the number one reason why you have it so early, because that is like the longest phase of the fight. And it's really annoying, and it probably saves like at least 30 seconds. I don't remember exactly how long it is, but
it's at least if not a minute at that point.
Oh, okay.
Because he can do two Mafia balls, which takes a long time for you to get on top of the ball to hit him in the first place. So you have to ride the little Pac-Man crevice out of the ball so you can actually get up there and hit him.
It's really nice that a quick kill exists, because that phase would be dumb. I remember when it didn't.
Yeah, it's something with like the brewing bottle itself that you just gets clipped on it for some reason, and when you get shoved into him, he just jumps off the stage and just doesn't want to play anymore, I guess. I don't know.
The Afterimage is going in the first time rift. These levels are showcased in each world of the run. They're pretty cool. They're just like, a lot of them are based on cycles, because it's just like having as clean movement as possible. So like this spinning block he's gonna get to, he made the second cycle, so he should be fine on there.
Yeah, I mean, if you've played Super Mario Sunshine, then you kind of have an understanding of what you're getting into. I mean, it's very much inspired by those, if you can't tell by some of the spinning pegs or some of the platforms coming out of the wall. It's just very much
okay. Yeah,
I got a color. Okay.
I was looking at Mugetsu's screen. He got a Mafia Ball quick heal, but it looked really sketchy. He nearly died because he stayed in the ball too long, because he got this slow setup.
Yeah, if
I don't
the
remember,
Mafia guy's on the left, he'll jump to the other side, and then you won't be able to clip through. He won't clip through the floor. Instead, he'll just stay in the ball, and then when the ball starts rolling, then he'll fall through the floor.
Yeah.
But then you also start taking damage in the ball, so if you have, like, I think 3 HP, then you'll die.
Here's double deep on Afterimage. Oh, he sprint jumps, he misses it. He has to go back up. Okay, that gives me more time to explain it at least.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's
not gonna retry it. He's just going straight for the second ticket. Or the first.
I mean, it's sort of fair for him to go for it that way, because instead of going all the way back up for the double dupe, you can just go for the ticket in this case.
So that ticket normally isn't grabbed if you get that thing right. What he was trying to do is, he was jumping off that fence, you saw him sprint jump and he just fell down. He was trying to take fall damage right where he is now, and then jump up to that second ticket he just grabbed, and grab it while he's in fall damage with the iframes, and that'll dupe that one, and then he dupes this one right here with the torch.
Yeah, and then the torch is just so conveniently placed next to that ticket. Like, it's just perfectly positioned.
And then that would allow you to get 4 tickets and just collecting 2.
Yeah, and so instead of getting... The old route was to get the one that he got originally, and then get the second one, then dupe the third one. But now you can get enough height off the balloon on the clock tower, and then you can just dupe 2 of them. Yeah,
what he missed about that jump is that he sprint jumped off. One of the parts of movement of the sprint hat is that while you're sprinting, whenever you input a jump, rather than giving you the 2 normal jumps that Hat Kid gets, you get 1 big sprint jump, which you like front flips forward. It has bigger height and more speed. But what you can do is, if you are holding sprint and let go of sprint, if you jump within the first couple frames after, like 2 or 3, you'll get both of Hat Kid's jumps as if you weren't sprinting, but you still has a bit of speed left from it, so you get a really far jump. And that amount of distance allows you to make it to the right to that ticket and take fall damage. Doing a normal sprint jump, though, he wouldn't have made it far enough, so that's why he just didn't go for it. So right now, Afterimage is jumping on the lava and heating up. What he's doing right now is getting the faucets. You can see that little one back there by the fire icon. They're scattered so far across the map. Like, you see how far out this is, how far he'd have to backtrack after he gets it. So he's just gonna put himself to 1 health, and then when he gets to it, he's gonna die like this.
Yeah,
and he's gonna do that one more time.
In this level.
Yeah.
So many.
He's gonna do that one more time after this one. Whenever he gets the one at the bottom right. He's gonna skip this one. It's important to leave this one for last. Yeah, he's gonna get 2 more. He's gonna... Oh, he missed a fall damage there. He has to jump in the lava now. He's gonna have to take 1 extra.
He's saving that particular one for last because he has to get back towards the main area that he started on at the beginning of the level. And that one's just the closest one to hit, so that way he can hit it and then immediately go back and get back in the cannon right away.
He's gonna take his last 2 damage here and land on this one. He's gonna die again.
He didn't get the loud 5.
5. So here's his last one, and then this is going to begin the cutscene. And this is why he stays over here, because the cannon that opens up the end of the level is right next to him.
So actually, as sort of like a funny side note, this level is like, can be slightly faster on the console version, because at the end of the console version, you don't have to go up the cannon, you just finish the level right there where the cannon is.
Yeah.
So you skip like an extra 10 seconds, 12 seconds, something like that of the level.
Yeah.
So technically on console, this level is faster. If you played on the release version of the console, because the release version of the console is before PC's 1.0 release, so it's like it's interesting. It's got a couple extra glitches that aren't available on the PC version.
Yeah. Oh, something to note about this race right now. Look how close their in-game timers are. That's spot on. They've had like identical loading times so far.
He's exactly basically 1 level behind at this point.
Yeah. I'll try to catch the exact time difference. I didn't notice what time Afterimage finished heating up. I'll just look at when he finishes Bazaar, and then I'll let you know.
Yeah. And this this time rift coming up is probably like one of the most grinded. You did switch hats. Yeah, you can switch hat when you're frozen there, by the way. Just a little funny thing. You can just spam particle effects for fun.
One thing you can't do while you're in that time rift orb is pause.
Yeah, you're stuck in that cutscene.
Yeah. The cutscene won't continue, and your controls are locked, and you can't pause, so your game, you have to force quit out of it.
He missed the mega dive boost there. There's a trick in this called well, at least we'll still say the OG hat crew called it mega dive boosts. If you dive boost off a slanted sloped surface, the game has different speeds for going off a sloped surface and dive boosting off a flat surface. But if you do it within like a couple frames of landing on a slanted surface, you can get extra speed, so you just go flying further than your intentional. You can actually use it in the sewers rift as well. Oh, we got a remix. That sucks. That's time loss.
I mean, they're all probably going to get one at some point.
Yeah, it's very likely you'll get a remix, but it causes this extra intruder alert right here to pop up, which just loses a few seconds. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just random whether you'll get it or not.
It's not too big of a deal, though, because, like, it's not like 3 seconds every time you pick up the CD, just the first time you get it. So you're usually always going to get the 3-second loss. It just depends on where it shows up.
Yeah, we should also mention, if you do anything weird in the roulette wheel, basically, you're just gonna get a black screen and you won't be able to see.
Yeah, you can quit out of it.
If you quit out early or something like that, you will be forced to play on a black screen and play.
We're talking about bag skip. So this is a route. Afterimage is going up the tree. This is something that you haven't seen anyone else do yet. The bag with the cutscene trigger, he's gonna try to jump over it by doing a precise jump through these trees. He didn't get momentum. So yeah, what he's got to do is he's got to do an SDJ, like I mentioned earlier, right off of that branch. And if he gets it with the momentum of his sprint jumps, then he will be able to make it to a branch over to his left. Missed it again that time. Oh, but he landed on the tree.
It's definitely not one of the easier tricks. It's if you want like to put them into category of advanced movement tricks, this would be definitely one of the first ones to go in there. It's
this is one of the things that it's one of the things that takes the longest people to learn. As you can see, it can give people a hard time. Like, even at top level, people will always have their days where they just can't do bag skip. It's just so precise. Okay, got momentum that time. This should make it.
Yeah, he got it.
There he goes. Nice. So that's bag skip, and now he's jumping over the bag, and he makes it.
So he just skipped a huge cutscene. Now he doesn't have to waste time doing that. But now he has to enter, when he comes back, he has to not go through there, otherwise he'll watch the cutscene. But luckily the next timepiece he's going for is in the basically complete opposite direction of there, so he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah,
the routing changes whenever you do bag skip, because going in that bag would have you sign an extra contract, because that's what the cutscene is. He's like, hey, do these things for me, and if you don't do that, obviously you never get the first contract from him, which is subcon well. Luckily, it doesn't matter, because you can still enter well no matter what level you're in, because the loading zone exists from anywhere.
Yeah, there's only one, actually, there's 2 missions that you have to have a contract for. It's the Toilet of Doom, which is the 3rd one, and Mail Delivery. You have to have contracts for those because certain things spawn when you have those contracts active. And then Afterimage is actually going for the death skip here. He's going to set up a cherry bomb in a specific way, so that way he dies when he grabs the timepiece. So that way he doesn't have to it saves time. Yeah, go to the hub and then come back. Yeah, if you were to just grab the timepiece normally, do what he does in every other level and go back to the spaceship and re-enter. But because, like I said, the loading zone for the next level is conveniently placed in here, he can just die like this. Gonna grab that yarn real quick. Oh yeah, he's getting it. Oh, that was that was a little closer comfort. So yeah, he's gonna toss the cherry bomb here, grab the timepiece, and then die.
Yeah. So now he's gonna respawn back in the same level, and he's just gonna go straight on to subcon well the next split. The only other thing to note about this is that, like Shock said, now for the rest of the time he's in subcon, he can't go on that trail as long as he's in CO. But after this split, even though he never grabbed the contract, because he's going to complete subcon well, next time he goes to it, it'll be unlocked in the main menu, or in the telescope. So from now on, if he ever needs to go down that trail where the bag is, he's going to go through subcon well instead of CO, or instead of contractual, sorry.
Yeah, the bag only spawns on the first act, so...
Yeah,
And then also something to note is like when you do the death skip, there's 2 timers on screen. The top one is the full in-game timer that's happening throughout the entire time until they beat the game, and the one on the top right is just the level timer. So that's only active for that specific level. If you do a death skip, you break the level timer.
Yeah, so it's frozen for the next one you do.
Yeah,
the
until
bag
he goes back to the hub,
right
it's not going to fix itself.
The bag Mugetsuk's in right now. This is what he skipped by doing that.
Yeah, it's like basically from when you enter the level to when you leave the bag, it's about 45 seconds. If you do the skip correctly, you can do it to like what, 30 seconds on the IL timer, something like that.
30 faster overall than waiting in it. I don't remember exactly what the bag time is, but it's probably longer. We'll see here whenever he finishes it. But now Afterimage hits the hook shot. That is, if you've noticed, we go to Chapter 3 before Chapter 2, and that's for multiple reasons. One, like heating up Mafia Town, like you saw, cost 100 pawns, and you had to make sure you had enough. There are levels in Battle of the Birds, Chapter 2, that cost pawns, and the levels in Subcon don't have any, and since he doesn't have very many right now, he has 67. That's why you go to Subcon, because you have extra time to collect them. Another reason is because you have to have the hook shot to complete some of the levels in Battle of the Birds.
Yeah, there's literally only one level that you need it to beat, and there's no way around it because the hook shot is a trigger for the actual level to start. So the only way to do it is to go get the hook shot, and the level he's talking about is like over 100. It's like 150 pawns plus another one that's 30 pawns. So they need to go around a lot to go collect a bunch of pawns. So might as well go do something while they're just busy collecting pawns, and getting timepieces is by far the best thing to do.
So now the next level they're going to is Vanessa's Manor. This is something similar to Well. The loading zone exists.
He got the painting stuck in the tree. Oh, there you go. He saved it.
Oh, that was
He got
weird.
the painting stuck in the tree.
Okay, but yeah, he's going to Manor now. And once again, the loading zone for that level exists in any level. So what he's going to do is he's going to enter Subcon Well, because the bag that he skipped can't activate here, because you're not supposed to be at that point in Subcon and not have been in the bag yet, so it just removes it. So he can just go right past where it was. Now he's on his way to Vanessa's Manor.
Yeah. He's also going to avoid one of the snatcher traps right here. You can see there's 3 more of those spots around the map that will spawn, and you can get extra contracts from snatcher. But you can just walk around them. You don't have to touch them to do anything. Like I said, you only need them for 2 levels, which is Mail Delivery and Toilet of Doom, but we're skipping Toilet of Doom because it's just barely slower. Like, if you do the boss route, right? It's like maybe a second or 2 slower, something stupid like that. There's like 2 theorized routes. One is you doing the route that Afterimage and Mugetsu are gonna do now, which is going through a bunch of Battle of the Birds. Or you can do Subcon and kill a couple bosses, but it's like so much harder to do the bosses faster than it is just to do everything else, and then also the time save is like so minimal. That was interesting that you just jumped out there.
Afterimage got a cool little trick there that people have been starting doing in the past couple of days. Like, it's really finicky because you can ledge grab onto all of them and just lose your speed, but you can make it through all those icicles without slowing down.
Also, I hate this trick. I hate that trick so much.
Oh, he's trying to get on top of the door right now to jump over a cutscene trigger.
So what he did, there's a hole in the bottom of the map. There's just a hole in the wall that you're supposed to go through this whole mansion, get scared by the queen, do all this other stuff. It's supposed to be like a horror mini game that you have to do basically through the whole levels. But there's just a straight up hole in the wall that you can just crawl through and just teleport to the end. That's in there for like actual reasons, but it's in there like half also as a joke at the Hat in Time beta community for Vanessa skip. It's
yeah,
it's such a good jab though.
It's in as a joke with the beta speedrunners, because that level was so notorious in there.
It was the only level we couldn't skip in the beta. It was the only one we really couldn't skip. But there's actual reasons for like wanting to put it in there. If like your kids get too scared by it, they can just crawl through and skip the level if they want to. But either way, it's still fast. It saves like minutes though, so it's entirely worth doing.
It's there. Well, another reason like it could be there is because it's a huge like shift in theme from the rest of the game. It's like if you're like a younger person playing this game and it's like a super friendly looking game, that is actually a pretty dark themed level and it can be scary.
Well, Afterimage got the first cycle at least. I don't think he's gonna make the super fast cycle though. I think he'll be a little.
No,
short.
He should barely. Oh no,
yeah,
he
just
could have
a tiny bit short.
He could have made it, but he dived late off of the platform.
Yeah. This is one of those levels where the optimal cycle is just really it's not super tight, but you have to make sure you get everything just generally correct, and then you can make the fast cycle. Otherwise, you have to just wait. And then Mugetsu just got his hook shot, so he's just finishing up the well now.
Yeah, Mugetsu's still a little bit behind in subcon.
Their timers are still almost synced, though.
Yeah.
No, Dino Hat, best hat, Dino Hat.
Afterimage getting Dino Hat.
Dino Hat is better than Ladybug. Fight me.
There is big controversy around that. Like, it's a big argument between, like, Ladybug and Dino Hat, which one is better.
One of that. Oh, he's even taunting.
Oh my god! Yes! Let's go. Alright, Afterimage with the hard Dino Hat call out. He's letting people know he does not feel great about that hat.
I mean, he switched off the hat, so...
Yeah, you can tell which side he's on.
Oh, that was good. And now he's just heading to another rift that's just in the back of the map. It's just a little bit weird movement. It's not too hard. It's just some weird slopes.
Let's see if he goes for the TSJ here. I think he said
he's not gonna go for the TSJ.
He told me he wanted to. He told me he wanted to. Oh no,
he didn't go for.
Yeah, he did the normal.
No one goes for TSJs. Come on.
He told me he was maybe gonna go for that TSJ. I go for that TSJ. It's cool.
Yeah, but you're also like a top runner, so like, why would you not go for a TSJ?
Cause they can be silly sometimes, and that's like the only one that I do.
I mean, so
yeah.
TSJs are just another form of double sprint jumping, but it's even more precise and weird, and it's like completely not necessary to do, but it's basically there for flair. And you'll only know someone's doing it if basically you run this game and you know what it looks like. Otherwise, it just looks like a weird double jump. That's like one thing that's sort of interesting about this game is when you run it, you'll see runners do stuff that you won't see if you're a casual viewer. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, he missed the bell jump to the timepiece. Yeah. You can skip past all the stuff located back there, like getting off of the bell.
The radius for this bell is just huge for some reason. It is ridiculously huge. I don't think he's delaying his second. I think he's delaying his second jump a little too long. He's not getting enough height, so he needs to just get enough height for it. If you're lucky enough, if you get the height right, you can actually just jump straight into the timepiece.
Yeah, you might die. I think he may just go the way around this time.
He might.
I don't know. Let's see if he goes for it again, because if he does, he dies. Yeah, he's doing it again.
He's gonna go for it.
That's good.
There you go.
There he goes.
He just wanted to add a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
Suspense. Mugetsu's trying to get over the ice walls for Vanessa. And there he goes. And the next one's a little easier than the other ones. There's one of the ice walls on the way to Vanessa that's like slightly picky on the jump, but this one is not nearly as hard as the other ones. There's also actually like weird invisible walls on the side in the ice walkway, we'll just call it that. The invisible walls on the side are a lot bigger than you would think that they are. So when you're trying to get back up, you'll just see Hat Kid just kind of float on thin air.
So right now, Afterimage is in the one level of subcon that you actually need to get a contract for. You only grab one contract throughout this whole world, and it's because all of the others, like I said, you can enter like through other levels like time rifts or just in their loading zones being in the world.
There you go. He's also going to get a trick where he's going to be able to pull up the start menu.
and exit to hub while the cutscene's playing.
Yeah, whenever a contract completes, that one, just the contract menu will just pull up like a second after you get off the scooter, or after you give the last mail out. So if you're inside the timepiece, the game will just immediately complete the level and just grab it for you when you're inside it. So if you can grab the timepiece before the menu comes up, you can exit to hub and skip a little bit of the ending animation. And so Mugetsu accidentally hit the cutscene a little bit. There's a giant... So when Afterimage was on that door, he was jumping over the trigger for that, because the trigger for that cutscene doesn't extend all the way to the roof of the room. So if you just get high enough, you can just jump over it. Oh, also those birds just disappeared. Oh, we didn't mention, there's a button in the options menu called Skip Cinematics, and most of the cutscenes in this game just get skipped. Thank you, developers. Thank you. Yeah. For just adding a button that just lets us skip like all the crap that we have to wait around for.
Playing with it for long enough, you actually just kind of forget what it's like without it.
Yeah, you just... Oh, he assaulted the cactus. That's rude.
Now he owes the Deadbird Studio a couple thousand more pawns. He's in huge debt right now. I don't know he's going to come back from this.
Yeah. It's actually, right now, impossible to complete this level without having any sort of debt for this, because when you enter the backstage, you always get $7,000 fine, $7,000 pawn fine. There's no way to really avoid that right now, unless there's a way that we don't know to like clip past that.
I doubt it'd even do anything if you were able to avoid it, though.
It might just look weird to tear up a contract with 0 debt on it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the main thing about it is, like, that is the premises for why this cutscene at the end here is coming up. He has to do some stuff for DJ Grooves now, because he owes him money. This is the beginning of the 4 main acts where he's going to be acting out movies for these characters, and so you're going to start seeing levels that are, like, inconsistent worlds.
If you didn't
like,
troll the painting, I'm sad.
Yeah. You can draw stuff on there if you want to show off.
Yeah, that becomes your game icon. So if you want like a funny little icon for your file, you can draw it there. And I think you can actually go back, right, and redraw it to change your file icon.
Yes, you can.
Anytime you want to.
Each time you go there to replace it. But yeah, now he's going into the conductor's first level. Both of his 2 levels are on his train. The first one is the murder movie he's going to be acting out, and the other 2 are on the moon, which are Grooves' levels. And those are generally just... One of them is one where you just get popular, and the other one is one where you have a big parade party, so...
You don't get popular, you become a diva. There's a difference.
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
Gotta maximize your diva.
You amass a big fan base, and once you have enough fans, then you beat the level. Yeah, right now, he's on the train. Nothing's really happening yet. This is like where it's setting up, so he's going to go into this back room, and he's going to get a phone call, and then the story's going to start, and then he's going to skip through all of it, because it's long and boring. But yeah, there are a lot of cool sequence breaks in this level that allow you to, like, there are a bunch of keys you have to get and doors you have to unlock, all the way to find all the keys to open the very last door, but... You can end up making it... Yeah, you can make it ending up only grabbing 1 key, because the majority of them are skipped by 1 single jump. Which is now
patched by current patch.
Yeah. Which does not exist anymore. This is one of the first main levels why we run on 1.0. Long and boring? Okay, that was bad wording. It's long. This is a cool level. Here's a sequence break. By wall kicking off of that wall, you can make it to the top floor before intended. And hit that button, which unlocks this last door right here, and that goes to the last room.
Yeah, but that causes a weird side effect in the next room, where just after like a few seconds, he's just gonna teleport right back. But if you can make it to the door fast enough, you can actually just skip that teleport, but that sequence break for some reason just causes you to warp back.
Yeah, what it is there's supposed to be a cutscene that plays in that room, and so when it like realizes, like, I don't know, then it just puts you back at the start of the room.
Yeah, true, it's not wall kicking, by the way. How dare you mislead people? You called it wall kicking.
It's like kind of wall kicking. Wall kicking, wall jumping, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, now he's going to take this 1 key, make sure to land on top of that door so he doesn't waste it there. And then he's going to unlock this last room.
Yep, so now he just skipped all the evidence, but now it gives him 1 by default, which is the conductor. So he's gonna frame the conductor for the murder.
Yeah, this is the only option given to them, which is kind of unfortunate. There's some pretty cool endings to this level that you can mess around with.
Well, you do it casually, but in this sense, we're just skipping evidence.
Yeah, there may be some that have like faster text. I don't know, but not worth the time.
Remember, conductor is faster at the end because he has 1 less text box.
Yeah.
So conductor's automatically better.
Yeah, his timepiece throwing animation is not as long.
Yeah, he's automatically the better winner.
Yeah, so like the points that he just got 36 of, those are like awarded to you based on how well you like played through the level, and that decides whoever wins the award at the end. So it's gonna like there's gonna be this little level where either conductor or grooves you'll talk to, and they'll be like, "Yo, I won the award thing. Take this timepiece for helping me," and then you just take it and leave because you don't care about the final boss. You just want the 10-second timepiece. Well,
yeah,
that little level is ever so slightly faster if you have conductor win, because the animation.
It's like a second or two because of that 1 text box. It's silly.
And not even that much probably. It's like super minor. It's like a slight change in animation, but yeah, it's a tiny time save. And so if you can set it up so that conductor gets more points, then you're good. Right now he's getting these endorsements from DJ Grooves to become famous. Okay, so the thing to note about that, Afterimage has just grabbed his last yarn of the run, I believe. And so now he has 8. Coming up soon, he's gonna craft the ice hat, and that'll be the last hat that I'll make for the run. So now he should...
He's starting his another time rift of the subcon section.
There's a slight difference in route that's up to preference. Can either do gallery or train rush here. He's going for train rush. So he's going to go ahead and make his ice hat at the end of this level. And the reason for that it's done here is there are a bunch of places you can do it, but people just like to do it here. Like we said for the other 2 hats, you want to make them when there's other cutscenes going on where you can't do anything, so that doesn't waste time. And so we just do it whenever we beat this level.
Yeah, this is the literal 1 required section that we need the hookshot. It's the only required part that we need the hookshot in the entire run. Oh, Mugetsu didn't... Jeez. That was risky.
He didn't hit the bell, he still almost made it. You can make that jump. You don't have to spawn the platform in.
If you time it right, though, I mean, it's really... I would always recommend just hitting the platform just for safety reasons, because then you have this happening. So
yeah. Like, both of those jumps would have made it if he had the platform, but he wanted to go for the big boy strats. I can respect it. I can respect it.
He's got to show his tri-X strats. There you go.
There he goes.
Hey, one less death than Afterimage, so I call that a success. Oh, what the?
Didn't make it onto the platform there. That's a strat you can do. If you walk off in a specific way off of there, you can fall down so that the platform lands right under you as it's, like, shooting out.
Oh, nice DSJ there.
Yeah. I don't know if we've explained that. A DSJ sounds similar to an SDJ, but it's different. It's a double sprint jump, which is just if you do the big like front flip sprint jump I mentioned earlier as you walk off the ledge, then you can do 2 of them if you do them in short succession.
You just mash A when you're running off an edge, basically. You can probably get 2 jumps out of it. Yeah, this level that Afterimage is in is also, again, one of the ones that's very, very slightly faster on console, because it has a variation on that platform trick he tried to do.
Yeah.
That was useful in the speedrunning event that happened before this game was released, but it still exists on console, and it saves, what I think, was it 7 to 10 seconds, comparatively?
Yeah, around there.
But it's like stupidly precise, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It's easily like one of the most run-killing tricks to miss.
The funny thing about those console variations that have faster levels is that, like, those would be viable on the IL leaderboards if you did them, but there are no, like, PS4 times for, like, those ILs. So if you have this game on PS4 and you want to get a free IL world record, go learn those strats, because you can do it. Like, heating up has, like, a free 10-second time save at the end.
now he's doing gallery because he got the pawns from the boxes, so he can use those to help buy the big parade, and then he's gonna use probably also use it to buy the last Mafia Town level later, because he needs another 150 pawns to buy big parade, and another 50 to buy cheating the race.
Okay, got the checkpoint there. As you saw, he fumbled for it a little bit, but he was trying to jump high up enough off that wall that he could hit a checkpoint, and then he immediately falls down and it just spawns him on top of it. That's a neat little skip in that level.
The checkpoint trigger extends a little too far low that you can basically get Hat Kid's head to just clip into the box, and you can trigger the checkpoint when you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
He's doing a little cool movement tech there. There's a lot of like swag strats at the end of that level. You can just do some really cool things to slip by underneath. Also, their timers are perfectly synced right now.
Yeah.
That is very strange to look at. So their loads are basically almost the same.
Yeah. Well, considering they've entered different amounts of loading zones, I guess you could say Afterimage's is better, because he's been through more loading. But still, it makes it easy to keep up with as a viewer, I'm sure. Since it's so on, like, a lot of the races, it's had, like, one racer, like, a minute or more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
now
going
Afterimage,
back into murder for the Rift.
There is a time rift load. Oh,
the complete BM by Afterimage.
The BM almost caused him to have to talk to that second crow, but he made it.
It was worth it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's faster for those crows anytime you talk to them to pull out the keyboard, because otherwise it pops up a QWERTY keyboard that you have to navigate with a controller. But if you just use regular keyboard and mouse, you can just type your answers. So you can just mash a key and the enter on like the same thing. That jump, by the way, I hate that jump so much.
Yeah, if you get it, Afterimage can make this first cycle right now. This is a hard cycle to make. But if he gets his slanted dive boost, no, he's not going to make it. Yeah, if he got that slanted dive boost on the platform. Oh, that's what Shock was talking about earlier. You called it a mega dive boost. I called it a slanted dive boost.
Mega dive boost sounds so much cooler.
Yeah. It does. I don't know. I haven't heard that terminology before. I'm not an old runner. I'm a new kid.
Not an old boy. Yeah, there's just this level just has like just one skip really at the end of jumping on the light pole that you can just get enough height that you can clip onto this and grab them to the top.
It can be finicky, but not too bad if you just make sure to climb on the outer end of it.
At least with the runners that at least I talked to, like the Owl Express Drift is by far one of their least favorite levels, just because of that first jump, and when you die, the checkpoint doesn't reset you at least where you would like to go. Freaking Mugutsu also with the BM. What's he doing?
What is he typing?
Shoutouts to everyone.
Good job. Thank you.
Everyone. Shout out.
You typing more? Watching.
He said shoot out to everyone watching runners. He's just embracing the time loss right now.
Yeah, he's taking this.
All right, and this is Big Parade, the least speedrunner friendly level because of just how long it is, and it's just basically an auto scroller with a couple sections you can speed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this level is 4 minutes of just basically nothing. There's stuff to do, but it's basically nothing. The problem is this level has too much utility behind it, is the way at least I'll describe it.
Yeah.
Because this level unlocks a rift and the fake finale, which is really short, and the rift is really short. Otherwise, you have to go back and do, like I said, the boss route, but that also depends on you getting a couple quick kills correctly, which aren't the easiest to do really fast. So it's like, this level's just easy.
Even though it's like the second longest timepiece in the run, it unlocks like 2 more timepieces that come in at like a minute. It's like, the reason it's so hard to route out is because even though this level is so long, it's 3 timepieces in like 5 or so minutes.
There's the copy pasta in chat.
Yeah. Those have been pretty consistent throughout the races. Everyone's been posting those. So this is the non-auto scroller part. The little timer at the bottom right. Every time that finishes, Grooves has an objective for you to go do. And the majority of the level is just spent waiting for those.
He's also trying to make Grooves win because he's grabbing the endorsement things as well.
I mean,
he went out of his way for an extra one.
Basically, part of the routing of this level is like we mentioned, conductor being the better person to win. I know Afterimage will be going for a skip that we haven't seen anyone doing yet. It'll be another death trick like you saw at the end of Contractual Obligations. So I'll get to explaining that in a minute.
But it's also it's pretty easy to set up, to be honest. Like there's not much you can. It's a pretty easy setup to do. But if you miss, you take a 4-minute time loss. So
no, 40 seconds.
Oh, 40 seconds. Oh,
yeah, it puts you in the final phase.
Oh, it puts you in the final phase. Right. Sorry, my bad. It's still 40 seconds is a good chunk though.
Like the setup itself is consistent, but it's just because like any like imprecise thing can screw you up and have
demonstration of what he's gonna do later right there. The ice hat. If you go into the ice form and then the band members just run into you, you don't take damage. So you can just sit there out of ice hat, and then after a certain point he can get out of ice hat and take damage. So he's gonna use that as his setup tool.
Basically what he's going to do is he's going to get on top of a telephone pole that's going to be in front of where the timepiece spawns, and right when it's about to come out, he's going to
just launch himself into the timepiece. It looks great. Like, it looks hilarious. This Hat Kid's dead body just goes spinning into it.
Super Monk S on the button, and now they're all walking on it. That is risky. Okay, but he makes it through that cluster. Is he going to die? Okay, no, he's good, he's good.
I mean, he's setting up for death skip early. Don't worry about it. It's intentional.
Getting an extra health pawn.
And Mugutsu is going for the other skip as well. Almost get it. The jump there for the end of murder isn't like super picky, but you definitely have to get enough height to get it, or enough distance, I should say. The height isn't really a problem because you can grab the edge of that platform, unlike some platforms. But if he gets enough distance, then you can make it.
See, should be going up for the telephone pole now.
And there you go. Mugutsu got it.
Yeah. He's taking damage. He's setting it up right now for sure. Yeah. So he's gonna set himself up on that telephone pole and freeze the owls in the right spot. And then he's gonna walk backwards. Oh no! Okay, he fumbled off it a little bit.
He's gotta reset that up.
Yeah.
The problem is, and then he just gotta angle his camera correctly. And
so he's gonna be a bit late to it because of what happened, but he's just gonna go forward and bounce right back into them so that he. Oh, his camera angle was wrong.
Oh, his camera angle was way wrong.
That went straight forward. It would have worked if his camera was right. Let's see if he goes for it again.
Yep.
Yeah, what this accomplishes is like what it accomplished at the beginning of Subcon. Whenever you beat this level, it unlocks a time rift that's located inside of this level. So if you weren't to do this, you'd just be going back immediately to it. So respawning inside of it will just allow you to immediately go to it. Yeah, his camera angle's right this time. If he does the same thing, it should work. These missiles can be annoying though, because if one of them is right at you, right when you're about to set it up and it hits you, obviously, that's a fat 40-second time loss.
At that point, you just sit in the ice hat just right before it comes up, and then you get out. But hopefully,
yeah, you just gotta wait him out at that point. Okay, he should be good. He should be good for this. That was okay.
Oh, there you go.
Just barely not early. That was right on time.
Kind of risked it by going early, but I mean, every time save matters, right?
Yeah. That was optimal.
Yes, now he can go straight to Moon Rift, which spawns right on the right, but he's gonna grab a couple extra pawns.
Okay, he's good on pawns now.
Yeah. Oop. Alright. And if you thought the band members weren't annoying enough in Big Parade, you get to do an entire rift with them now.
Yeah, and because they're there, he's gonna accomplish the same thing with them. They're just gonna use them to die at the timepiece again. Which, it's going to respawn him in this level, but the important part of it is that it's going to skip having to play the roulette that you watch in all the other time rifts. So, like, all the items that he's been getting from those little games, he's not going to have to do that one, which is a decent time save.
Also, a really long SDJ there. It's
Yeah.
one of the longer gaps that you cross with SDJs, just because of how tall of a starting point you have, and then how low you end up.
Got a lot of momentum off of that rising platform. That's nice. Now he can just get up on this gate and jump over. And now he's set up to get the death. If he gets right in front of it, he should be fine.
Yeah. And just have the band member just hit him into it.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, that's the safe way to do it. You just stand right in front of it, so no matter which direction you hit, even if you go diagonally, you'll still get it.
But yeah, now he just exits the hub instead of watching the roulette scene.
Yeah, and then now time for one of the shortest timepieces in the entire run. It's like so short, like less than 15 seconds, right? Something like that.
Okay, so I'm a little worried for Afterimage right now. This level can be a really big run killer, so let's see if he can get this.
Hey, you got the good winner though.
Alright, nice.
You got good
Conductor.
RNG.
Oh, we got it!
Sub
10, yes!
Yeah, we got it.
That's good. Alright, hard level out of the way.
Well, he got Conductor out, so it was automatically a good level.
Yeah. I mean...
Anyone who says Grooves is better is just wrong.
I was about to say, yeah, that level can be prone to choking. But yeah, that is a big joke level. Now he's going to CTR. Oh, this is another thing that he's going for that you haven't seen yet. So he's doing a different route for CTR. Most people, the safest and easiest way to win this race without the use of the time stop hat is to use the cannon in the back that takes you all the way through the island. But with really good movement, you can make it going forwards, and it's slightly faster. So he's going to be going for that, actually. So he's going to be doing the forwards route, and he's going to race directly with this guy.
Oh,
Great for race now.
I mean, it's possible to win. It's just, you know, it's just not like the easiest thing to do.
It is very optimal.
Ooh,
oh no, that's not good.
That monk is gonna kill him. Actually, no, wait, he could. Oh
that
my
was
god,
barely,
that was way too close. That heavy fall could have killed him right there.
Yeah, so like.
It's because, well, if you didn't notice, he slid off the dirt pile onto the fence. If he didn't get that slide, that would have been it. He wouldn't have made it. But that was like way too close. He had optimal movement at
the end, and he barely made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what was rough about that is that, like, when you fall in this game, you can tech it by, like, pushing jump and you hit the ground, and you can do a fast get up. He wasn't prepared to take that fall, I'm assuming, because it's obviously not what normally happens. And so he kind of got caught off guard by it and just sat there for, like, a full second.
Is he gonna do any of the fancy movement? He's not gonna do the fancy movement. This is like one of the levels where if you do any of the advanced tricks we were talking about earlier, so the DSJs, the TSJs, and stuff like that. He got that one. There's like 2 more DSJs you can do in this level to make it super fancy, but I mean, you don't really need to go for it in runs right now. It's not the current, at least any percent world record isn't optimized enough that you need to start going for IL strats. You can still go for some safety strats. Although the day when that happens, when you have to go for all IL strats, oh boy,
that'll be the day. The IL world record for that level is actually crazy.
It's like 17, right? Or
no,
16?
it's a mid 16, yeah.
Oh, I thought I was only watching when was it Username and someone else were going at it back and forth for a while.
Yeah, I remember that.
16 is crazy. That's definitely one of the more optimized levels if you need to pick one out. It's just that one people just went crazy over. Also, fun fact, he can hit this button on an elevator, so he gets a little extra height once this cutscene's over. Oh, he clipped onto the wall. There you go.
Yeah, that's a way of having to skip an extra cycle of that platform. So yeah, now he's jumping over this gate. This is one of the things that's beginning finale skip. Not supposed to be able to make it through that gate until you have Dweller Hat, Ice Hat, and Brewer Hat, but since Dweller Hat is 12 yarn and we don't need it to be thrown, we don't make it. And as you noticed, as you enter that level there, it said, "Are you sure you want to enter? You don't have the required items." Well, that's because there's a big Dweller barrier that you need to get down with the Dweller Mask, which he doesn't have, but that's okay because he's doing finale skip, which is an out of bounds that's going to allow him to get on top of the level. So he should be entering to that now.
Yeah, and then this is the big skip, about finale skip. This is like totally patched on current. It's just as simple as there is a hole in the bottom corner over here that you can just clip out of bounds, climb to the top, and just run to the end. It's that easy. So, although there is a slightly tricky part if you don't know what you're doing here, you have to... Ooh, he'll be fine. You have to do a slide here, and then get up on top of the side a little bit by doing a certain angle like that. And then he's going to slide off to get a little extra speed, and then fly to the end. Basically, fly.
So there are some alternatives of what you can do here. You can slide the whole way across, which is the fastest and hardest way, because there's some, like, invisible walls and holes up here that aren't, like, fully, like, textured in and everything because it's like you're out of bounds. And so you have to slide through those. Oh, okay, he is going for it. Okay, so right here is an invisible wall that he has to go around.
Yeah, otherwise he'll bonk and he'll go all the way to the start of the room. Or he'll fall and go all the way to the start of the room.
Yeah, he got the second one. Now there's a hole here he has to jump over.
No,
he went too high. Yeah, he bonked on it. Okay, that's a big time loss. Oh, he's in the hole! He has to re-enter finale!
That's a really big time loss. Yeah, if you don't die, you clip to the bottom of the map, and there's no way to damage yourself. There's no self-damage items in the game. He is visibly not happy.
Yeah, that is... After making it through the 2 invisible walls, but falling into the hole, there's like 3 parts about that slide that make it hard. Falling into the hole is the worst outcome, because then that can happen. Like, if you bonk on the invisible walls, you'll just go into the lava and then try again, which is like a minute time loss. This is more than that. Like
he fell further enough that he actually didn't touch the lava, so he fell all the way to the bottom of the map. Normally you can like hit the lava and die and you just retry the skip. It's not a big deal. But he ended up sliding too far off the edge because the lava doesn't extend that far out of bounds. And Mugetsu is actually about to start his first parade section.
The reason those slides are tricky is because, like, what he did on the hole is he had too sharp of an angle going up. What you have to do is you have to angle yourself to the right and then go left so that you, like, get, like, a little boost off of it and then fly over the hole. And what's hard about that is because this is, like, a half-circle arch that he's sliding on. There's a certain point on the arch where the angle, like, gives out on you and allows you to stop walking on it, and that's the part that he's sliding on. Well, if you slide to the safe part that he's getting up on here, then because it's like a surface that you can walk on, if you go into it, you will bonk. So that's the intricacies of going up here.
So he's gonna go for it again. He's not playing it safe. He wants to go for everything.
He might get up early. He can still do slides and do safe slides, but I think he will be going for them again. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has to do little like dashes right and left to get through them. Should be one here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
yes,
right there.
Makes it through that one. It's not a very big movement at all. As long as you're holding left when you hit it, you won't bonk on it. The whole thing is the main hard part, at least for a lot of people. Got it that time.
There you go.
Yeah, it started a little bit earlier,
Right,
didn't have as sharp of an angle. So now he can just safely glide to the end. There's nothing else in his way. All he has to make sure and do is that he gets up from the slide without bonking. And he is good. He got up like as early as he could there. So it looked kind of scary, but he made it.
But
so
now he has the problem of going out of bounds, or I'm going from out of bounds to inbounds, and thankfully there's a cutscene trigger that extends too far that he can just jump into right here.
Oh, he went past it? There he goes. Yeah, it's on the left side of that pillar.
It is very much like you have to touch the wall to hit the trigger. The trigger doesn't extend that far out of bounds, it just extends far enough out of bounds that you can hit it. Let's see if it gets any doubles or triples. No doubles.
Yeah, on this fight,
a double.
Because she's slow getting from one attack to another, if you just keep swinging at her, whenever you hit her, you can get multiple hits on her.
But dude, you gotta get the quint.
Yeah, you can get up to 4. I think you may be able to get all 5 in one hit. I don't remember.
You
I'm not
gotta
entirely
get the quintuple hit. I don't actually know if anyone's gotten a quintuple. I know someone's gotten a quad. 5's got a quad once. And now there's gonna be some
part of the fight. This doesn't have doubles in it like the others do. Her abusing her like attacks are only available in certain phases of the fight just because of how it works.
Yeah, but there's gonna be some cool fight tech here where he's gonna abuse the brewing hat, because the brewing hat, you're not supposed to get close to her for some attacks. You have to wait for her either to fall down when she's throwing the timepieces at you, or she'll be doing that that attack when she shoots a laser. But the brewing hat, if you can get just in like the perfect range, you can throw a potion at her and you can actually hit her earlier than you're supposed to. So you'll see him do that a lot. And
this is one of the main reasons why brewing hat is so good. It's used a lot in this level.
Yeah. Also,
like, generally you don't even
Twitch bitrate for this area.
It really
might be
kills
streaming at a high bitrate, but good luck seeing anything on the gameplay.
So this is the notorious part of the fight, is cherry phase. So whether or not she shields when she attacks herself and you have to throw a cherry at her is completely up to luck. She can do it anywhere from 1 to 5 times, so he already has 2.
Yeah, 1 is by far the most rarest.
Yeah. 3
She's more likely to shield herself rather than not. Also, he went for the double attack, but I missed it both times. He got close on that one. If you throw your potion, but then, like, right before the potion hits her, if you mash homing attack, you can get a homing attack in while throwing a potion, so you can do 2 hits at once. It's one of the like super picky inputs.
It's pretty unfortunate. Afterimage has already gotten 4 so far, which is quite.
That's actually rare, right? 4 is pretty rare.
Not super rare, but less likely than 3. It's like 1 is like 0.1% or something like that. 2 is kind of rare. 3 is average, and 4 is also kind of rare. So it kind of like goes like more and more rare as it gets closer to the extremes.
Yeah. Oh, Mugetsu almost slipped. Oh, he got the thing early though.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Mugetsu's finishing up. He got the checkpoint at least, so he doesn't have to go back for that. Oh, Mugetsu's just giving himself a heart attack before completing the rift.
So Afterimage is in the final fight of the game right now. This should be a 55 for him. This is another place that you can do double hits on her, but only if she does that shockwave attack.
Yeah,
so
like
you
that.
have, you got it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
It looks really weird when they do it because Hat Kid just goes flying across the arena at Mustache Girl.
You can realize. Oh, you can realize once she'll do it if you like counter attacks, because she has 4 attacks and she has to do them before she can repeat. Yeah.
And time is almost up on Afterimage. The timer will automatically stop itself because luckily the devs put it in when you grab the last time orb.
Yeah, so that's what we use for results. So this will be a W for
43,
Afterimage.
calling it. Oh, he's BMing again! No!
He likes the fan hat, he's showing it off.
No, put on the dino hat. Put on the dino hat. Rude.
Wait, put on the little cat ears. Alright. 55-51, still a 55 for Afterimage.
Yeah.
Pretty good race on his part. I'm glad we got to see some cool stuff that hadn't been shown off yet. Okay, so Mugetsu finishing up Owl Express. So depending on what... Oh, we got Ladybug. Another win for the Ladybug lovers in the stream.
No, Dino Hat won.
But he unequipped it. He BM'd it.
It doesn't matter. He still got a Dino Hat.
I guess it's 1-1 then if you want to count it that way. That is true. If you just
we'll
count
call
it
it
by,
truce.
Like... Peace in the hat community, finally. Why can't we all just agree to love our own hats? And then immediately as I say that, Konosumi says Dino all.
I'm with Kona. Dino Hat is better. No truces.
And a few.
Dino Hat is objectively the better hat. So Mugetsu is not going for the death trick, he's just going to go straight for doing it normally. Ooh, oh my god. He's really playing with the band members there. Is he going for the cookie? No, he's just doing it normally. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, doing the death trick in Moon, or like dying from the owls, doing it in Moon is a smaller optimization than you might think. Because of like the time it takes to take the damage at the beginning, it only saves 1 second when it's done correctly.
To be fair to Mugetsu, is this is that SDJ that's like really far. It's really easy to actually miss it. It's just the timing for that SDJ. I mean, it's the same for all of them, but it's just I find it really easy to mess that one up in particular. Oh, that bonk sucks.
That is an annoying bonk to get. You got to go right under that gate.
There you go.
Barely made it up. It looked like he wasn't going to make that wall climb, but he should be over here. There he goes. Oh, he fell off!
Oh, he's fine. He's fine.
That was a weird interaction. Okay, so he was
he just climbed the wall, but he fell over the wall after he climbed over it.
Yeah, so like, what happened with it though, he like barely tapped the edge of the platform, so he got like a double jump back after he finished. So he was able to just jump back to safety. If he hadn't regained his double jump, he would have fallen there.
Right, and then now he's just got the free time piece. And he also got Conductor to win, so that's 2 points for Team Peknek.
Which is optimal, so good time save on
Yeah.
both of the runners' parts.
And something we didn't mention is after you beat the fake finale, you get a phone call at the door, and then you have to go back and then do the actual finale, which is like this 7-minute long level in like a boss fight. There is a quick kill for the boss fight. It's just still immensely slower to do that over the other stuff.
Okay, so now we got Afterimage in the call.
Yeah,
Hi,
what's up,
everyone.
After?
Hey, what's up?
What is up,
Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Lots of nerves going on throughout that whole run.
So you didn't finish the run with the Dino hat on. I'm sad.
I thought about it, but then I was like, I
You got
know
a
there are
BM Flare
people.
for me.
I know, but like, Flair loves the Santa hat, and I love the cat ears hat.
Yeah.
So I had to BM him with the Santa hat.
You had
The
to throw in
Dino
that
hat.
little extra touch, didn't you?
The Dino hat's better than any other hat.
No, the cat ears hat is best hat. Matched
That's
up with
actually-
Captain of the
Mugetsu's going
Night.
for like the most basic of cheating the race strats. By the way, sorry to cut you
Oh,
off.
that's it.
He's gonna use the cannon now, but he got a bonk, so it's actually gonna be a little risky. I think he's gonna take the death.
Yeah, he's taking the weight for now.
Yeah, but you can use the cannon. So Afterimage didn't use the cannon, but now he's using the cannon. That
like-
looks.
I like
looks
how we
weird.
waited for him to die to get in the cannon just so we could set that up. That was funny.
Yeah, but the cannon strat is like the most basic strat that you'll probably see a lot of people do, just because it's one of the more safer ways to win the race. You have
Yeah.
a lot more you have a lot more leeway than actually trying to race the guy.
Hmm.
Cool.
That was good movement for him. This should be fine if he gets the end correctly.
Good job showing off bag skip, by the way, Afterimage.
Oh, thank you. I never got it in a PB yet, but I generally get it after a few tries.
There you go, second try for him.
If Mugetsu gets the next riff correctly, he could actually. If he doesn't have a PB, his PB on SR.com is correct, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he can,
yeah,
he
he
can
could-
PB
it's
this
his
run.
first
Yeah,
run
he could
ever.
PB this run.
He said he's been practicing from when that run was uploaded, so a PB was expected for him. But yeah, you can definitely get this by a decent margin. Okay, so after. One thing I want to know, what was your reaction when you fell into the hole in finale?
I was like, I'm not even surprised because I did one run before this, and I actually goofed finale slides 6 times in a row, and I was like, no
Really?
way. Yeah, I was like, no way. This can't be happening.
I respect you for going for it still then.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like I couldn't just not do it again, so I just did it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
you
happy
got it
with it.
second try, so it was worth
Yeah.
showing off, for sure.
I didn't think I was going to be honest.
Oh, that was... Oh, this is really weird. Okay.
Never seen a
I
strat
thought
like
he
that
could
before. That's
block
really
that.
cool.
But yeah.
So I blanked out in parade. I don't know how that's possible, but it happened. I don't know.
You just got lost in the beauty of the auto-scroller. You're just
The music
having
is
a
the
good
best.
time.
Yeah,
You wanted to just add drama, is what I said. Add suspense.
yeah. But
Oh, like at the end,
unfortunately,
when
the
you weren't
suspense
setting
killed
up
me.
for Ice Hat.
Yeah, because I didn't go my normal
No, he died
pawn
on
route.
purpose, but did it wrong on purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what really happened was like I was going my normal pawn route, and then I was like, wait, I don't know what happened. I guess I stopped thinking, and it was just a world of confusion.
No, he got a good hat or good hat kid color on the roulette. Although
Well, that
Blood
is
Moon
one
is the best
cosmetic.
one.
That is one cosmetic we can agree on. Blueberry pie is the
Yep.
best color.
That's still wrong.
Not the best color. It's
Blood Moon is the
I
best
was,
one.
I was close. Oh, okay. All right,
Blood
never
Moon
mind.
is the better one.
no, it's Captain of the Night.
Captain of the Night is pretty good too. You're talking about the white
Really
blue
good.
one, right?
Yeah,
No, Blood
it
Moon's
looks
still
best
better.
with the. It looks best with the cat ears hat.
Blood Moon or the all black one is good.
I like Margin of the Night too.
Yeah, although that one is cute. I will give you that, Flare.
What, blueberry pie?
Blueberry pie is pretty cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite color. Either that or cookie dough. I like those two colors a lot. I generally like most colors in the game, so like even if I were to rank something as like somewhere in the middle, I probably still like it a lot.
The all pink one is objectively wrong. It's too stereotypical. You need some flavor in your cosmetics.
The all pink one?
looks
The all
way
pink
too
one is
emo.
so bland.
That's cute and dangerous.
What, sorry?
That one is cute and dangerous.
I like cute and dangerous.
No, that's
Oh,
what
you
it's
want-
called? Oh.
Yeah.
No. It's just it's the wrong skin.
Second best is default. I actually kind of like default more than most people do. I don't know why. Like, honestly, if the default weren't the best color, everyone would like it. Guaranteed.
Oh, purple and yellow go good together.
If the default color were like forest critter,
Oh,
People-
you mean the
people
green
like
one?
default.
Ew, yeah, the green one stinks.
Green one only works with the no hat. 1.0.
it doesn't actually look too bad with Dino Hat. I like that outfit.
The green one has the main color is just too washed out for me.
Okay, so setting up to get through this hole here. Oh, a little off. I think he can still make this through? Yes, he can. He has 1 health left. Okay, so now if he climbs up to the top, he should be fine. He just has to make sure, because it took him a little slow to get through. He only has 1
He's
health
probably
now.
doing the walking strat, so he's just gonna get to the roof and then just walk on the top.
Yeah.
Like I said, the first slide is by far the hardest. You just have to get an angle to get up top. Ooh,
Oh no!
that's death.
He wall climbed on it. Yeah, that is
But
death.
unlike Afterimage, he does not have to restart and re-enter the hub. He can just restart here at the first checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, once he gets on that first angle, he can just slide to the top of the thing, and the entire top is a flat, runnable surface, except for there's one gap that he has to jump over.
So he should be fine through the rest of that once he makes it up there. The only problem is he just has to make sure. It should be easier this time around because he has 2 health. But if you
can
die in
make
the
it there
first
with
phase,
3.
yeah, if you die in the first phase of the fight, then you start back here.
Well, that's a fall.
He still has 1 health. Okay, so the situation before last time is still here. If he takes any damage, he has to start over.
Alright. Well, once he makes it up the wall. There you go. Oh. He'll save it. There you go. Now you can save it. Because he'll land on the... Oh,
No,
never
he
mind.
got-
He slid
yeah.
too far.
He landed on the edge of the slope that I was talking about earlier, the non-safe zone that you slide on. It's
Yeah.
too steep for her to walk on, so when he jumped up to it, he got knocked off.
Yeah, he slid past the part of the column that you could stand on. Because there's a part of the column, like Afterimage did, that you can stand on. So if you want to set up like a specific angle for your slope dive into the roof, you can do that. But no, he's just going straight for the regular jump. That should be fine. There you go. Now he can set up his angle here. Oh, never.
Okay,
Saved it.
can
He
you
saved
give
it.
it another attempt?
Come on, Mugetsu, you got this. Eric. Oh, we got it. He bonked onto the roof. I'm sorry. I'm very confused. Okay.
Yeah, what happened was
No way.
That's
He
so
bonked-
interesting.
he bonked on the safe slope of it, the part that you're supposed to walk on. But he
Yeah.
bonked into it so fast that when he got it, he didn't like just fall back down. He
just
bonked and the
bonked
momentum
over the
kept
wall.
it kept carrying him up. So when he landed, he was on the safe zone again.
Yeah. So yeah, no, the entire roof of this section is runnable, except for one small gap between rooms 2 and 3. So once he gets to the second and third room, the transition area, he'll just jump over the gap, and then he can dive boost to the rest of it. So it's the gap in between these 2 rooms here.
Yeah, that's the only real hazard other than getting back in bounds is this hole. How much health does he have?
Right.
Does he have 1? Yeah, he has 1
He has
health.
1.
he has to be careful to not die as he gets to the end here. But yeah, he's over.
I mean, if you just jump in between the stone arches, so you get on the stone arch at the end of the second room, you can just make the gap to the third arch, which is where the gap ends. So you can just do standard jumps there. But yeah, he's on pace for PB still. As long as he gets the clip inside with the cutscene trigger. Because there is a checkpoint after that room, right?
There's a checkpoint after you beat the first phase of the fight, which is why it can be scary, because if you die in throne room phase, then he would go back to the beginning.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, you just had to make sure not to take fall damage there. That was one main thing.
You can technically just slide down that untextured wall. You can just slide down the entire
Oh no,
thing.
he's
No, he's fine,
okay.
he's fine.
That
he hit
was
the other
very
cutscene
scary.
trigger though. Oh no, he's walking too far up the slope.
No, he's down, and he's dead.
Down.
That's unfortunate.
He's
Yeah,
gonna
he
do the
missed
whole
the
skip
cutscene
again.
trigger by just a little bit. It's on the left end of that pillar.
Oh,
that
no, that was fine. He could have kept going off that, right?
No. So what the checkpoint that he had is a checkpoint with the dweller wall still in the level.
He got the first room checkpoint between 1 and 2, right?
Oh man.
I don't remember which one exactly it is, but yeah, like if you
because the dweller wall is in between 2 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he got the first checkpoint. That's a shame. He's got to do it again.
Yeah, that's like the worst outcome that could have happened from that.
And he's gotten it once. He can get it again. I have faith.
Hello?
Ooh.
That damage at the beginning, he might just have to take damage and retry.
No,
That
he'll
might be a
fine.
little bit harder to make it through. Yeah, he can't
Oh,
make it. Oh, he got under the lava. He can make it.
No, he clipped on the wrong side. He's dead.
Yeah, he could have made it through that, but he clipped off of the wrong side of the wall.
Yeah. So yeah, fun fact: as you can see, you can clip under the lava, and you can, if you jump high enough after you clip under the lava, you can jump back into the lava, and then you'll just bounce back up to the top.
It happens whenever you hit it in a specific spot.
He's having trouble getting through.
Oh, he's over still. He's over.
He'll be fine. Took an extra damage that he didn't need to, but he'll still have enough. Technically doesn't need to take any more damage for the rest of the section. The rest of the level. Nope, too far
That is
again.
a fall. Yeah, he hit the non-safe zone of the slope.
Yeah, so that's one of the downsides of doing finale skip is if you go for finale skip, you are going for finale skip. There is no backup for finale skip if you go for it because you don't have dweller hats. You can't do the level normally.
Yeah, you're locked in once you get here.
Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, he can go back and get 12 yarn, but that's going to be minutes and minutes and minutes of time lost rather than just doing the skip. So
yeah.
It's the unfortunate downside of this trick is that you are just locked into this trick. Hey,
that is a fall.
Nope, that's a fall. And I guess just to respond, it's not to say that finale skip isn't safe for marathons. If you spend a lot of time practicing finale skip, you can make it very consistent, if not almost all the time consistent.
It's just one of the things that's harder to get used to because
yeah.
Dealing with out of bounds objects and how they interact, it can be really tricky.
It's one of the levels that's mainly based. There's a lot of visual cues in terms of when you're supposed to do certain tricks or certain turns. So, there you go. He got the bonk in the normal direction.
Yeah, he didn't get the momentum like he did last time. That was a silly save.
Mm-hmm. He still technically has plenty of time if he wants to PB. If he makes it on the next 1 or 2 tries, he could still get it.
Yeah, once he finishes the first phase of the fight and enters the actual rainbow arena, It's like 3 or 4 minutes left until the finish. That should be a better angle.
Nope,
He might
that's
make it
a
up.
bonk.
No, yeah.
No. The angle wasn't shallow enough, I think, for like at least for the way he was setting it up. It's definitely one. So like this, if you have to pick like 2 tricks that are super punishing, at least in terms of getting them right, this one, and then bag skip just are not easy tricks to get with like just kind of doing it first try. They both take a lot of practice. It's not saying that he is not practice. It's just a difficult trick. Well, you made it there, so you can at least try it again.
He could have maybe retried that there. He regained the ability to wall climb. He just was too far away from the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it's just to get up there, you just wedge yourself in the corner between the 2 walls. The main wall that extends along the back of the room, and then the edge of the other wall that extends behind the back of the room. So like the wall that's behind the back of the first room, it just extends a little bit out of bounds, but then there's another sub wall behind that extends like way out of bounds, like a huge box. So there's plenty of room that you can wedge yourself in between them. That should be enough. Nah, he didn't have enough speed. When he flipped out of the dive there, he didn't have enough speed to get onto the flat area.
Okay, go over to the right.
Oh, he got it. Wow.
He got it. Okay,
he got the weird bonk
again.
again. But he hasn't the chance.
Have a fair mercy. I would go back.
Yeah, so now just dive boosting up the top. So I guess we can mention just something fun here is like the different movement tech in the game in terms of non-weird stuff. At least in this run, there's walking, there's sprinting, and then there's dive boosting in terms of the main 3 types that they use their any %. And dive boosting is the fastest form, which is why you see him doing that like continuously on the roof. He could technically, if he wants to get some like faster speed, he could like do some slide on the side and then slowly arc his way back up and then do another slide to get a lot of speed and do that, but that's like unnecessary, to be honest. You can do it and it would probably save like a couple seconds or something like that, and that's about it. Alright, you gotta clear this gap. Oh, nice, he grabbed the edge.
Okay, so still, now all he has left is getting to that cutscene trigger that he missed last time. Hopefully he can get that, and then just getting past the first phase of the fight.
Yeah, those timepiece piles in the corner are just a general mound, but they have little corners that you can stand on. Oh, he just went for a sprint jump. And that's it. Yeah, he missed the jump.
And now he has to retry and enter again. That should be his last try. We're probably going to have to cut this run short, so that might be it for us. Because there is another race that needs to come up pretty soon.
Alrighty. Yep, so that'll be it for this race. So, unfortunately, Mugetsu gets a DNF, but it was a good try nonetheless.
Yeah, we're sorry we couldn't finish that race out for you guys. It is very unfortunate.
No skip is not an easy trick, that is to say the least. Definitely takes a lot of trial and error to get it right.
Yeah, I can't play Hanzo.
He's just like Diamond. Try not to fall in any.
So yeah, that'll be it for us on commentary. This is gonna wrap up soon, so we're gonna have to get off. But thank you guys all for watching. There'll be some more soon in this coming week. A bunch of more round 1 matches coming up.
Yeah, there'll be one more race tomorrow, and I think another one on Friday as well. If you want to watch more Hat in Time stuff. But yeah, that'll be it. Congrats, Afterimage, on your win.
Thank you.
And yeah, stay tuned everyone for the link to the past randomizer coming up soon. But that is it for us, so I'll see you guys later.
Bye.